That's our avenue to see.
Like we talked about. All right, everybody get their white balance? Who coughed? How do we move this?
They're going to ask you, Dr. Rowe.
Huh? It's pollen season. You can't lose your sense. Are we rolling? Okay, good morning, everybody. Thanks for your patience. I'm really happy to be here with our partners from the DA's office here and the DPS and Harris County Sheriffs. You know, Houstonians know that we have a tremendous car culture, not just here in Houston, Harris County, but it's throughout Texas, and it's just the American way. You know, cars are a big part of it's a big part of our identity. It's a big part of what we do every day. But unfortunately, in Houston, Texas, we also have a culture of people engaging in what we consider, and the DA's office consider, and the courts consider, organized criminal activity. And that is a vehicle street takeovers that we've all seen on the news, where you have these individuals, some young, some not so young, that think that it's okay to engage in criminal activity. It's actually very dangerous activity, and they take over intersections, they take over freeways, and quite frankly, what they're doing is engaging in deadly conduct. And once again, what they need to understand is that the law considers this engaging in organized criminal activity. We're going to show you some examples of this behavior, and we're going to talk about the joint investigative efforts between the state with the Department of Public Safety. I really want to thank Colonel McCraw and his team, Sarge, and your team for the work they've been doing. They've been providing support not just on the ground, but in the air with their air assets, with their investigative assets, with their patrol assets. We're also working very closely with our friends from Harris County Sheriff's Office and Ed Gonzalez and his team, and our constables actually participate at times. So it really is a hands-on, all hands on deck. And lastly, and you'll hear from our partners here with the DA's office, we actually have great prosecutors from Kim Ogg's office that we'll talk here in a little bit. The other folks that I want to recognize is our team. Our Highway Enforcement Command under the leadership of Commander Campbell and his team, and our great investigator over here. They're doing a tremendous job with our partners of actually attacking this reckless and deadly conduct. Let me just tell you the charges that we've been successfully getting on these people. They include deadly conduct and engaging in criminal activity, which are now the most prominent charges being filed by the Harris County DA's office, and again, they'll talk about it in a bit. They include reckless driving, evading arrest, obstruction of a highway, racing, endangerment of a child, driving while intoxicated, unlawful carrying of a weapon, failure to stop and give information, possession of a controlled substance. So as you can see, other crimes are associated with the behavior that we're witnessing throughout our city and in other parts of the county. To date, it's important for the community to know we've made 71 arrests year to date for this type of behavior. In February alone, just last month, we netted 40 arrests, actually over 40 arrests. And this is really important for the parents that are going to be listening to this message, who let your kids, let your family members, or anyone that lets a family member borrow a vehicle that is engaging in this behavior. To date, there have been 16 vehicle seizures in February alone. And let me explain to you what vehicle seizures means. That means that the law enforcement, with the help of the DA's office and the courts, are seizing vehicles, and they're being forfeited for these people engaging in organized criminal activity. So if you value your car, do not engage in this behavior, because if we identify you, and we will absolutely take your car, we will seize it, and we will move to have it forfeited. Again, this behavior includes taking over freeways, taking over intersections. It's important for people to realize that anyone that's inside one of these vehicles is at risk. It is very dangerous conduct. It's reckless conduct. It's willful conduct. And again, it's engaged in criminal activity. And it's dangerous to be standing around these cars watching, standing outside these cars, standing in the street with these cars where they lose control and they've actually hit people. Parents, please know where your parents, where your teenagers are at. It seems that the target ages of the folks engaging in this activity is predominantly 16 and 24-year-olds, but again, there's a lot of innocent people that are participating in actually helping to have this criminal activity occur because they're providing the audience. Everyone's trying to become the next YouTube sensation, and we don't want you to become the next YouTube sensation because you kill somebody or kill yourself. What I want to do now, real quickly, before I continue with this, I want to just say that as this occurs in other big cities, in Austin and Dallas and Los Angeles, the difference is that here in Houston, we're not going to tolerate it. We know we had a shutdown on Highway 59, and I'm speaking to the people that engaged in that shutdown. We're coming after you. We've already gotten arrest warrants on people that don't even know we're coming after you. So do yourself a favor. Turn yourself in. Come to the Houston Police Department, turn yourself in, because you don't want to be arrested at a time where it may be much more inconvenient for you. And by actually coming in and turning yourself in, two things will happen. Maybe the court will take into consideration that you actually turned yourself in. Two, your car that you're driving at that time won't be impounded because you actually came in and turned yourself in. So just know, for those of you that did that shutdown on 59, our investigation, thanks to the excellence of this young man over here and the people you see standing up here, we have arrest warrants, and we'll be effecting those arrests here shortly. So with that, we're going to have Commander Campbell come up. He's going to make some brief remarks, and then we're going to show you a couple of quick videos of the behavior that we're talking about and that we're trying to combat. And then we'll hear from the DA's office as well. Commander?
All right. Good morning. I'm Commander Kenneth Campbell of the Houston Police Department's Traffic Enforcement Division. We've been conducting these investigations since last fall, and actually at the late part of the summertime, and we're going to continue. We have a wide array of resources and assets that we're devoting to this. The main message that we really want to get out is to the parents. Most of the time when we're making these arrests, they don't understand what their kids are doing. The kids may be adults, but yet they may be still living under the roof of their parents' homes, and they're facing severe consequences. And just like anything, good investigations take time. We want to make sure that we have everything in place, make sure we have good probable cause to make all the arrests that we're going to make and seize the vehicles we're going to seize. But you're going to start seeing some repercussions for people's behaviors, and we're going to be holding them accountable for the actions that they've committed and the different types of criminal activities they've performed. Just in February alone, Dallas has already had a fatality, 2 fatalities, one from racing and one from a car doing donuts. On the surface, it just sounds like someone's out there, like young kids doing donuts, but the type of behavior that we're going to show you on a couple of these video clips is going to give you a different insight as to what type of activity is actually occurring and what our youth are actually doing, as Chief said, to try to become the next YouTube sensation. I'd like to go ahead and start a couple of these 2 video clips. Yes, sir. The first one's going to be an aerial footage from DPS helicopter showing the event and showing how the people are engaged in the activity. So they'll go and try to shut down a particular type of intersection, and then all the people will stand around the car. You'll notice people will start running into the middle of that circle where the car's doing donuts and spinning out of control recklessly. And people will start touching and tapping the car. They'll try to get in the middle and take videos and get close video footage of this. At any point in time, this car could gain traction while it's at a high RPM, and if it did, it would shoot like a rocket and take out the entire crowd of people. There's people that are also engaging in this activity by wanting to make the videos, wanting to also ride in the car. So as you can see, it's extremely deadly conduct, and it's endangering a lot of people. It's damaging property. And this is something that's going on at night while you're asleep and you think your kids are maybe going to the movie or out at a friend's house. This is what a lot of kids are doing. And can we show the other one, please, sir?
Yes. What are we looking at? Everything that's spraying out of there?
The spraying is the heat transfer from the car burning rubber, so to speak, the tire particles.
This is the second video.
Yeah. And this is just going to show you, this is a kind of a montage of some of the videos that are put on YouTube that they're taking. This is what drives them to be the social media sensation. You're going to see an array of different things. Some of these videos are from Houston, some are from LA, some are from Phoenix.
Look at that. Look at that.
You'll see how everyone is in danger. This one here is in Houston. This guy almost took out the security guard. He was trying to get him to vacate the parking lot.
That looks like an ADW to me. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You'll notice this, how the people will engage and they'll actually jump into the path of the car.
God, idiots.
This one here takes out an entire group of people. These are not just young kids hanging out in a parking lot doing a donut and running into a pole. That's
I think it's TV, this thing's Hollywood.
so a lot of what you're seeing here is the most egregious violators, and this is what they're trying to perpetrate. This is Houston right here. This is actually in Houston that case happened. So as you can see, it paints quite a different picture in comparison to what we're used to seeing on a regular basis. Okay, this is not just, young kids. We can take care of that when some kids are just doing something silly and maybe they were doing something wrong, but these are very intentional with a lot of organization and a lot of planning and a lot of methodology. And as Chief said, we will combat these illegal activities, and we're not going to stand for it. And all of us here up here at the front will continue our efforts on these investigations.
Hey, let me just add something. Look, when you look at this behavior, that is absolutely reckless conduct. It's dangerous conduct. It's willful conduct. Some of it, as far as I'm concerned, is like on a security guard, was aggravated assault. And we're trying to stop this behavior before someone dies in our city. But let me just say this to the community that we serve: do you want to be the first one to die by engaging in the conduct, encouraging the conduct, and actually playing chicken with the car? Just not smart. And if it wasn't for these DAs, Lynn Wynn and Sean Tier, who's from our Vehicular Crimes Division of the Harris County District Attorney's Office, we couldn't hold these people accountable. So I want to just, again, publicly thank both of you for your excellence, not just on this, but in all of our crimes committed where the instrument is a vehicle. And let me just remind people, the Fast and the Furious, that's a movie. That's Hollywood. That's controlled environments. What you see here is real deaths, real bodies being injured, maimed, and real lives being lost. Do not think that you can be doing these tricks like you see in the movies, because this is, again, this isn't Hollywood. You don't get a second take. You only get one take at life, and our hope, again, is to stop this behavior before someone dies or gets seriously injured. So with that, I want to bring up Deputy District Attorney Sean Tiers. Like I said, I've been in this business 34 years, and I don't think as it relates to vehicular crimes, I've never had a better partner. We've never had a better partner than Sean and the folks at the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Sean, come on up.
Thank you, Chief. First of all, thank you, Chief. Thank you to the Houston Police Department. I want to echo what the Chief said about every agency you see up here and agencies that aren't represented here. The constables' offices have been instrumental. A lot of the other municipalities around here have been instrumental, but no one has been the spearhead like Commander Campbell and the traffic division of the Houston Police Department. They are the tip of the spear at combating this. And ladies and gentlemen, you saw it right there. This is incredibly dangerous. This is not Hollywood. Those people behind the wheel of those cars are not stunt drivers. When you see these people spinning out, they have no idea how they're going to end up. And every single person that's standing around there is at risk of being killed. And it is a miracle that it hasn't happened yet, and it will happen soon. That is why we're charging all of these people with engaging in organized criminal activity. They are all part of the problem. The spectators, the people that set it up, the people that drive, they're all part of the problem. and every single one of them that we can identify are being charged. And if you utilized a car while this was going on, we're taking it. And that goes to the message to these parents. If you allow your child to have one of these cars that has been modified, that has a lot of horsepower, that has big tires on the back and a tachometer and all of the other issues, folks, know where your car is, know where your kid is, because all of these parents, when we hook these cars up and put them on flatbeds and tow them away and sell them for work with law enforcement, these parents are shocked. Know where your car is before we take it. Because when someone gets killed, they're going to be charged with manslaughter. Right now, we're talking about a lower felony, but we're talking about a manslaughter when and if this happens. That is the most important thing going right now. You've got to know where your kids are, where your cars are. But the lawlessness and the brazenness of these people are things that we are going to combat. When they take over these intersections, and that 59 takeover was unacceptable, and like the chief said, we are going to arrest so many of you that were a part of that. The best thing you can do is come give yourself up right now. Because if we have to go get you, we're going to get your car, we're going to get you, and we're going to put you in jail, period. And this is an important time to have this message get out, because TX2K, the yearly racing illegal activity that goes on, started yesterday. Every single agency up here has a plan. We are all working together on this. We have DPS air units, we have HPD air units. We are going to go out and catch you. I'm going to be out on the scene. Lynn's going to be on the scene. We are going out this weekend. And if you're participating in these races and we find a way of some charge on you, we're taking those cars as well. Because I think that's going to be the way that we have to go about combating this and changing behavior. We are going to charge you with the highest charge possible. We're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law, and we're going to take your property that you've used in criminal activities. So with that, I just want to hand it back to the chief and again say thank you so much for all of your help.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you to you and Lynn and to the DA's office for your work. And en español, quiero que sepan que estamos muy orgullosos de estar aquí hablando sobre este problema con estos jóvenes de 16 a 24 años, la mayoría de ellos que están tomando estas acciones que son tan peligrosas, que sabemos que en Dallas se han visto 2 fatalidades por esta clase de actividad, y queremos que sepan que gracias a los esfuerzos de nuestro departamento, de nuestros colegas del Harris County Sheriffs, del DPS, del Estado, de los constables aquí, estamos todos combatiendo este crimen, y es importante que sepan los padres qué están haciendo sus hijos con sus automóviles en la noche, qué es lo que están haciendo. Porque lo que estamos haciendo nosotros, si ves aquí estos vehículos, estamos cogiendo órdenes de la corte para quitarle los vehículos, venderlos y quedarnos con el dinero del gobierno. Porque no vamos a esperar en esta ciudad hasta que haga una fatalidad, hasta que una familia tenga que llevar a su hijo o su hija, enterrarlo por esta clase de responsabilidad de estas personas que están cometiendo actividades que son criminales. Así que no vamos a permitirlo. Y les prometo, when was the 59 takeover? Last month, right?
Yes.
In February? En febrero tuvimos un caso donde cerraron la carretera 59, y hay muchas personas que no saben que ya tenemos orden de arrestos para ellos. Que lo vamos a llevar, lo vamos a encontrar y vamos a llevar esa orden de arresto para llevarlo a la cárcel. Así que si es una de esas personas, entréguense, porque si no se entregan, lo encontramos con su automóvil, lo van a perder. And so with that, quiero dar las gracias al fiscal, Sean y Lynn, a nuestros colegas del DPS, de la oficina de Ed González, y especialmente a mi comandante aquí, el comandante Campbell y su investigador que está ahí, que están haciendo un fabuloso trabajo combatiendo este crimen. Y es un crimen que es muy peligroso, una actividad que es muy peligrosa, y no lo podemos permitir. Así, with that, we'll open up the questions in English and Spanish for any of us.
Is it you guys' strategy to document as much as you can about these events and then investigate, or do you try to intercede?
We try. It's all of the above. We gather intelligence. We are out on patrol from the air, on the skies, and marked units and unmarked units looking out for this activity. But at the end of the day, we are leveraging everything at our disposal, whether it's after we're on notice that one has occurred that we might have missed. We actually are going out and getting video from businesses, from traffic cameras, from everything we can, identifying people. This 59 with that takeover, we've used a lot of the videos that the media put out there that they got a hold of to investigate and get these people, so it's all the above. We're trying to disrupt it, we're trying to prevent it, but at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is save lives. And the question is, whose life is it? Because we are going to lose a life here. It's a matter of time. It's, you know, you just can't have this. Look at that behavior, how dangerous. They're playing chicken with a deadly weapon. That's what a car is. It's a deadly weapon. So we're doing all of that. What else?
¿Qué castigos pueden enfrentar estos jóvenes?
Bueno, para empezar, el automóvil, se lo estamos quitando, lo estamos vendiendo y los fondos vienen para el gobierno. Así que va a perder su automóvil. Depende de lo que ocurre. Si alguien muere, do you speak Spanish?
Poquito.
Poquito won't cut it. The manslaughter charges, what's the penalty range?
2 to 20.
Si alguien pierde su vida, es 2 a 20 años en la prisión. Y le puedo decir que mientras que nosotros estemos en esto, mientras mejor 20 que 2, porque sabemos que esta clase de actividades peligrosas están aquí, ya le dimos notificación que es peligrosa y vamos a tirarle todo lo más posible martillo al que encontremos que mata a alguien.
Dijiste, no es Hollywood.
Esto no es Hollywood.
Esto no es una escena, una
No,
película.
esto no es una película. Esto es la vida, realidad. Y tienes solamente una vida. No, si pierdes tu vida, no hay segunda vida. Y muchos de estos jóvenes piensan que esto es alguna película que nadie muere, nadie está herido. Por aquí es la realidad. Y como digo, con estos colegas aquí, si lo encontramos, va a ir al bote. Y más importante, si alguien muere, va a ir a la prisión hasta 20 años. ¿Ok? Anything else in English?
Coronavirus, there's the new guidelines, protocol for the officers.
A what virus?
The coronavirus.
I haven't heard of that. We call it like Corona, in fairness to Corona, we call it COVID-19. It's the scientific. Our officers, we talked about it yesterday, they do have guidelines. They've been equipped. I showed it yesterday at City Hall with the mayor. They've been equipped with kits that have the N95 masks, they have gowns, they have gloves, they have goggles, they have different protective gear, PPEs, personal protective gear, so they can go out and actually safely encounter people. We actually have processes in place where when somebody's on quarantine that we will actually put those flags in our records management system, in our dispatch system, our CAD system, so officers know what they're dealing with. And we have plans in place to actually isolate an officer if they come in contact without PPEs with someone that is suspected of having the COVID-19, which will include isolation until we get the test back. And in the upcoming couple of weeks, a week or two, we believe that you'll start seeing a lot more testing across the nation as the test kits become available, including here in Harris County.
Puedes decirlo en español, ¿cómo se están preparando con sus
En español va a ser extra. Lo que quieras. Nosotros tenemos, los oficiales tienen equipos con máscaras, con los gowns, con los lentes especiales para protegerlo. También tenemos la capacidad para marcar en nuestra computadora si hay una casa, una persona que está enferma, que sepan lo que están haciendo. Por el fin del día estamos preparados para cualquier clase de eventualidad aquí en Harris County and Houston. Okay, anything else? Thanks, everybody. Please cover this. You're going to help save lives. And again, thanks to our partners. Good man. You're not supposed to shake hands. Everybody's watching us.
Oh, yeah.